Okay, let's actually cover this chat together because I didn't make this doc. Actually, a person made this doc about the whole situation and actually grabbing points from both videos and even looking at it from a law inspective point of view. He even showed law information inside the doc. I'm gonna go over it again, obviously, with y'all, so y'all can read it with me. This is the beginning. Obviously, it's a lot of parts in this doc. Let me actually close out chat because you can literally see it. Opening comments. To keep the facts of situations separate from personal options, I left all my takes on the situation aside from this portion. At the end of the document, I am not Kilik or a member of the B family. Okay. In my opinion, this situation is a really good example of problems with family channels on YouTube and parasocial relationships on the internet in general. I don't know if I said that word right. My apologies if I didn't. This isn't just me taking Kilik or the B family side. I believe what Kilik said about Gabriella was wrong, but the B family refuses to take accountability for Mr. B's actions and made the situation much worse while manipulating information and directly attacking Kilik in response to hurt feelings. I'm not sure how Gabriella would have seen any of his comments and made about her if they hadn't made the video. Background information. In summary, Kilik17 is a Roblox YouTuber who regularly streams his content in YouTube. The majority of his videos are in the fighting/anime side of Roblox, which mostly compress people ages 14 through 20, and has a history of toxic sub-communities reminiscent of Xbox 360 chat or Order COD lobbies. Bro, what the hell? His videos involve a lot of adult language, which is normal for most young people who play video games, and he sometimes go into dramas or debates what happened usually on Discord, and make humorous of trolling comments about them while also expressing his feelings on the matter. The B family is a family of content creators who started back on Vine and later transitioned to YouTube. The members of the family include Papa B, 44, and Mama B, 42, Mr. B, 16, and Miss B, 15. Their content is largely aimed towards younger audiences or those who enjoy family content. Mr. B plays mini games on Fortnite and Roblox. These games make up of the vast majority of his content. Deep Woken is an RPG-like combat-oriented game. Roblox, which focuses on exploration of the sea and the deep. Although not directly being based on any anime, it still falls into the anime/action genre of games and share crossovers with community of other games such as Shindo, Enemy Battle Simulator. Deep Welcome was made by a team headed by Raguzer, who's also created another game called Rogue Lineage. Both Deep Welcome and Rogue Lineage, especially the latter, are known for toxicity in their community, which many heated arguments and VC's voice chats ganking the act of getting friends unyellingly, attacked or jumped someone and gripping. A word for killing someone in game, which probably originated in Rogue Lineage, has been acclimated by people in similar communities. Flame/roasting. Roasting and slash or flaming is when some insults another person. Is almost always about personal appearance, family, money, or some personal aspect of the other person. Although it can be bullying in most situations, it's back and forth. Or even group of people doing it to each other, which would be called a roast session. Afterwards, most people just walk away and not take it personally because both sides are just trying to hurt each other's feelings. Meaning the things that said during the roast session are generally very offensive to most people and usually sensitive topics. But even the some objects such as dead relatives or genuine racist remarks are considered off limits to most people. Timeline of events with proof. Mr. B and Kilik first meet and have a roasting session. That's January 8th, early January. January 14th, Mr. B gets people to attack and insult Kilik while he's streaming Deep Woken, then hate raid his stream. Top left picture is Kilik being harassed, and the bottom left is proof of Mr. B showing up to raid him. His messages were deleted by the Streamlabs software logged his name. Get better, Mr. B on top. Trash Brown, purify friend, Mr. B. This is me, and this is Mr. B and his friend. And this is a picture of Mr. B, Streamlabs deleting his software and hiding them from my channel and actually deleting every message. If you're a YouTuber, you know. January 26th. It went from January 14th to January 26th. Kilik, while streaming, is once again attacked and harassed, then hate rated again by Mr. B and his guild. In response to this, Kilik goes on to insult Mr. B, then makes very inappropriate and offensive comments about his family to make him upset. He also comments about how attractive his older sister is. Kilik, while streaming, goes on to write in the description of the stream, which includes comments about Gabriella getting pounded and game banned in PH videos, which it shows right here. shows them. Kilik learns January 27th, which this is January 27th in the screenshot. Kilik learns Gabriella age, then attempts to apologize to Mr. B and talk about the harassment slash hate speech policies on YouTube in response to hate raids. That was before they made their video. But Mr. B leaves the group chat without talking. The B family uploads a video in which they call out Kilik for what he said about Gabriella, falsely calling him a 19-year-old, then going on to say he's a predator and pedophile, calling into question his upbringing and intelligence. The B family allegedly attempted to strike down some of his videos for child endangerment, but YouTube reinstated one of them. Kilik goes on stream once again to publicly apologize for what he said, but defends himself from accusations such as pedophilia and bring up what their son has done with him for the past 2 weeks. Kilik was January 28th, and on Kilik's Kilik was whatever. Kilik was banned on Dewoke and has received 100 death threats and insults, racist remarks all on social media outlets, along with raids on his YouTube streams, Discord server. This include one individual attempting to dox him and members of his server with an IP logger. This is the screenshots of people on stream sending me death threats and etc. The B family has not responded to the situation. As far as I know, this concludes the timeline. Everything beyond this point is a response to what is being said about the situation. Kilik is a pedophile / sexualizing minor. He is absolutely not a pedophile. Not only did he not know that she was 15 and at the time of his comment, believed that Gabriella was older than Mr. B. He referred to her as his older sister multiple times. He himself is 17 years old. If this drama was not a thing, no person would have said a teenager calling someone who's less than 2 years younger attractive, referring to the comments he made about her appearing and not in the description he wrote. Those two things did not happen at the same time. Was disgusting. Also, some people, include the parents, were referring to his gang banging and getting pounded comments as rape. Gang banging and being pounded are not terms for rape, but not everyone will even know those terms know what those terms mean, especially a younger audience or parents. Unless you watch PH. Do you know what it means? I guess. Believing that sexualizing her regardless of age is disgusting, which is valid, but point, why not criticize the B family for doing the same thing to their daughter? Look at this. Dad reacts to my secret camera roll showing explicit image. This is them suggesting that there are sexually explicit images on their daughter's phone, who at the time was 13, and using it for a thumbnail for views. In their own words, there's no excuse for sexualizing of children, which I agree with 100%. There is no excuse for sexualizing of children. But look what they're doing. Okay, let's continue, because I'm not laughing at that. Kilik sexually, I'm just laughing at the hypocrite that you guys know. Anyway, let's scroll down. The first thing to clear up is that he did not assault her in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure the B family has a younger audience, so their fans don't know how much about the law, but accusing someone of sexual assault for typing out an angry YouTube description is ridiculous. For the harassment part, you also can't take the solid case for that either. Gabriella would have never seen any of these things that Kilik said if they didn't make the video. He never directly talked to or called out any form of malice her way. So it's very manipulative on their part to frame the situation around him and harassing her. The most I point out was him using the @ feature in his channel description and having her name in the tags was something he should never have done. Still, I'm not sure she would never have seen this regardless. Oh my God. I'm sorry, chat. It's an excuse. It's called I can't really read all that. Our daughter is in a process of recovery. My bad. He blocked out the rest of it. But our daughter is in a process of recovering. That's what they did say on their channel. If she truly has been mentally scarred from this situation, I am truly sorry for her. And the parents should be held accountable for making this a public affair to hundreds of thousands of people and being the ones to bring it into her attention in the first place. Not an excuse for what he said. Both can still be true. Kilik made it public in the first place. Kilik normal streams average 300 to 600 views, because I did have a dead channel before this, which is not an indicator of watching the entire stream. And usually had 10 to 30 people watching them. Like I said before, dead channel. The 15 people who saw what he said and Mr. B online associates were the only people who would have known about issue. And if the parents were being mature, they would have handled the situation properly and tried to contact Kilik. Thank you. Because they could have literally DM me and try to sue me or whatever, but they literally accused me of being 19. They try to make it literally, I don't know, dude. We're just going to continue. Mr. B was the first person to exacerbate their disagreement into a problem, and the first to go to the other people to start an issue between both parties, which meaning Mr. B started the whole thing. But you know, the community ain't gonna look at that. They still looking at what I did. We ain't gonna talk about that though. Doesn't make what he said right. Like I said, doesn't make what I said right. But still, he started it. Okay. And neither me nor Kilik are justifying what he said. Like I said, Kilik admits to what he said, apologized for it multiple times, and did on every single stream. I'm just, attempted to apologize before they made a video, and Mr. B completely avoided talking to him about it. He said something that was immature and wrong and apologized for it. What else do people want from him? He and any responsible person would obviously defend themselves from accusations of pedophilia and being a predator and talk about death threats. Legally, this is legally. First, I am not a lawyer, nor am I qualified to offer legal advice. This is just simply based on the knowledge of the law that he got from, I think, Google or something, or, Something important to note is that the B family lives in Canada and Kilik is an American, so laws are obviously different. Below is the portion of U.S. federal stalking laws as defined by criminaldefenselawyer.com. Harass. Courts have defined harassment as it commonly understood, repeated words, conduct, or action that serves no legitimate purpose and are directed at a specific person to annoy, alarm, or distress that person. Substantial emotional distress. Substantial emotional distress, as the term is in the federal anti-stalking statute, in mental distress suffering from or anguish, including depression, shame, humiliation, shock, embarrassment, grief, anxiety, or fear. Intent. In order to convict the person under the federal anti-stalking statute, a U.S. attorney must prove that a stalking defendant acted with the intent to cause death, injury, fear, or I already read that. Substantially emotional distress to the victim. My bad. Often intent is provided by introducing defendant's own threatening voice messages, emails, texts, and Facebook/page posting. I'm not sure any actions by Kilik can be referred to as slander spoken statements that damage one's reputation or business, or libel, written form of slander. To constitute either crime, there must be evidence of false claims which harms a person's personal life or business, something I doubt they'd be able to come up with. For harassment, most laws where Kilik lives, Detroit, Michigan, fall under the state of Michigan stalking definition. Michigan Pinnacle, whatever. I don't know what the hell this is, dog. Harassment means conduct directed towards a victim that includes but is not limited or repeated or continuing unconsented contact that will cause a reasonable individual to suffer emotional distress and that actually causes the victim to suffer harassment, whatever. I didn't know, bro. I need glasses at this point. Harassment does not include constantly protected activity or conduct that serves a legitimate purpose, bro. I swear, I feel like I'm reading this wrong. I truly apologize, bro. I just can't see for real. This shit is so small to me. I'm sorry. All of his insult comments towards Gabriella and the rest of the family were all in reference to Mr. B's, meaning the harassment charge would have to be against him as far as I know. And Kilik's one stream was the occurrence of such behavior. Kilik's one stream, my bad, I missed that. Kilik's one stream was the only occurrence of such behavior. Above all else, he made no contact with any members of the family aside from Mr. B. On the other hand, Mr. B repeatedly made contact with him virtually through video games and Kilik streams, which not only breaks YouTube policies, but could potentially be used in countersuit for harassment. The video that the parents made could fall under slander. They referred to him as 19 and accused him of being a pedophile, a crime, when in fact he is only 17. They also never speak against their fans harassing him and calling him to get justice. In their comment libel made around 18 hours after the video was uploaded, they referred to him as a predator, seeing as such accusations could not doubt negatively affect a smaller YouTube channel, his business, and also follow him into the real world. There are also a case to be made in countersuit for libel and slander. You could make the point that Kilik's channel grew and he earned money off the drama, something he talks about multiple times in his stream. Indeed, I did make a lot of money. This could hurt part of his defamation of character, see, but the death threats receded along with his reputation being tarnished, and his case of harassment still stands as valid points. It does. Like I said before, keep in mind everything I said in the using scenario of the B family using the American court to sue Kilik and not Kilik suing the B family. Because there's no point in me suing them. I have no reason to sue him. Their son harassed me. I'm not finna sue nobody for that. I was completely fine with him coming to my streams and bothering me, but I just got fed up with it because he kept doing it repetitively. You know, he could have chilled out. He could have left it alone after he killed me the first time, but he kept being weird. Their son kept coming to my shit. He kept being weird. I would have seriously, if he would have did it one time, it would have been no shame. Literally, I showed y'all the stream where he did it the first time, and I wasn't even mad. Anyway, Kilik's banned on Deep Woken, which is the Roblox game we was playing. As said in the timeline, Kilik was banned from the game and he received no official reason from the moderators talking about the situation in their Discord server. Would get you either muted or instantly banned. Allegedly, a higher up in the Deep Woken administration development team, Arch_Mage, I don't play Deep Woken, I wouldn't know how to spell his name, was paid $2,000 by a member of the B family, which we already know which member that is, to ban him from the game. I do not know if this is true, so I would not call it fact, but it's very suspicious for Kilik to get banned over the situation when the only thing that took place in their game was him being harassed by Mr. B and Mr. B. But he meant by Mr. B only, probably. As far as I know, has not been banned either. Mr. B, oh, that's a whole nother. Okay. It's by Mr. B, and Mr. B, as far as I know, has not been banned. Yeah, he didn't get banned. Arch himself apparently came out and said he's the one who took the money. Bro, really, I don't know if he actually did it himself. Hell, I don't know if the 2K is real, but Kilik is banned from both in the game and the Discord. I am banned from both of the game and the Discord. I can't log in. They never send me a whole message. Usually when they ban somebody, they tell you the reason for the ban, and they give you a certain time. They didn't give me no time. They didn't give me no message. They just banned me out the blue from the Discord and the game. Kilik is entirely in the wrong for bringing up his sister and should have looked into her age, full stop. As a parent, it makes sense that Mama and Papa B will be mad, but as adults, they should know better than to send millions of fans to attack a 17-year-old kid and publicly defame him just because they were mad. There's absolutely no excuse you can make for him trying to ruin someone's life over an angry YouTube description they wrote in response to your son harassing them for weeks. You can make the argument that Gabriella was being used as a talking point, clickbait during the situation, and I genuinely hope she is doing okay. The situation should have never been about her and making her the focus of it. In my opinion, she was the main person who deserved an apology, which Kilik has already done on Twitter and on his live streams multiple times. Kilik owes nothing to the B fans, and everything should have been dealt with directly to the family, as the situation should have never been a huge public ordeal in the first place. I don't think the parents nor Kilik are bad people. Both did unreasonable things which limited information in response to what they believe to be harassment. Mr. B definitely should be held accountable for harassing Kilik and seemingly going to his parents to cause a damage attack to his character after harassing someone into a response. Once again, to clarify, I'm not Kilik. I have watched some of his content and had a few interactions with him dating back to the summer of 2021. He did not ask me to make this, and I only talked to him to ask if he was okay with me writing about the situation for him and calling the other reads to sake of convenience and transparency. I'm a developer on the platform of Roblox. That's what he mean. He's a developer on the platform of Roblox, obviously. And I personally dealt with awful people on Roblox and Discord. Some of them were formerly close friends, and I've called them out regardless of what I said to lose, including head of developer positions and co-owner positions and server ranging from 4K members to 30K members. Hit me up on Discord if you need anything. I spent about 3 to 4 hours doing research for this document and streamed it all on of Kilik's Discord VC, PSC LAN, whatever. All right, I'm done. I don't know.